Hey everybody, welcome to Hope Soaps. My name is Angel, I'm your goat soaper, and today we are doing something super special. We are turning this into this. That's right, we are going to take the soap base that we made last week and turn it into this amazing sugar scrub. And I can't wait to get into this with you, so let's just dive right into it. Okay, so to start off, we're going to take our soap base that we made last time and weigh it out. And you can see that this has been this is a few weeks old, so it's still mushy, because I had it covered pretty well like I showed you last time. So we'll take some of that and weigh it out. Okay. Just pull out some globs of it here. Or if you've got a spoon, or you want to use a spatula, I mean, either way works. Alright, so we'll do 8 ounces of our soap base, and then we'll move on to the rest of the recipe here. I'm gonna mash this in so I can cover it back up. Got it double covered again, and I'll put it back on my shelf here for later. Okay, so now I'm going to take 3 ounces of stearic acid and mix that in here. Okay, what I'm weighing out now is my additional liquid to help to turn it into something that can be whipped. So you can use water, you can use whatever you like. Since we do goat milk around here, this is fresh goat milk, and so we're going to mix that in. So I've got 4 ounces of goat milk. Okay, so then that'll get mixed in here. Okay, so we're adding in some glycerin as well to help with this, and so you'll add however much glycerin as there is the soap paste. Okay, so now that we've got all of this mixed together in this insane looking concoction, we'll go ahead, and what I do is I just take it and I put it in the microwave for 30 seconds at a time, and I stir it around until it's all melted and mixed together well. So when I come back, all this will be a glob, and then we'll get to whipping it up. Okay, so we're back, and this is after about 3 minutes in the microwave, you know, just kind of putting it in, stirring it, and putting it in again, okay? And it's pretty gloopy, okay, which is kind of where we want it. And then since we're making a sugar scrub, what I want to do is get it into my trusty dusty not KitchenAid mixer over here, and then we will we'll start to whip it, and then once it gets to about 90 degrees or below, then we'll add the sugar in. Okay, this way the heat from this soapy paste here doesn't melt the sugars themselves, and then it basically just becomes not a foaming sugar scrub like we want. So let's go ahead and do that. You know what this reminds me of is, well, it reminds me of Slimer from Ghostbusters, okay? But I know that's not a great way to think about your foaming sugar scrub, but I can't help it. I mean, it's jiggly, it's slimy, and right now it doesn't look super attractive, like aesthetically. And if we're checking the temp on it, I got my trusty dusty meat thermometer here. We're well over the 90 degrees, so in the 130s. So, you know, we'll start whipping it up, and hopefully that will get it aerated and bring the temperature down, and then we can work on getting our sugars in. Okay, so we've got this whipping, and I want you to see what it looks like right now. Okay, so this is pretty fantastic, right? It's nice, it's creamy, it's whippy. Whippy, I don't know if that's really a word, but get my spatula here. This stuff is whipping really well. So push it all back to the center here and just keep running it, so that we get a good even whip there. And this is, just whipping it for just a few minutes, right? So we'll just keep going, and we'll see where our temp is here in just a little bit. Okay. Look at that. It looks really good, actually. This is a great consistency. It's still jiggly, but it's, you know, it's soap, whipped soap, so it's going to be jiggly. It's not like, you know, just fats and stuff. It's all kinds of good stuff in here. Anyway, regardless, okay, what I'm getting at here is that this is a good consistency for our paste, for our whipped soap, right? I mean, it's not white because it's got the goat milk in it, but I mean, look at how smooth and creamy that is, right? Okay, so let's find out what the temperature is so that way we can add our sugar. Okay, or if we gotta let it sit for a little bit, we'll let it sit, then we'll add our sugar. Okay, but I'm gonna swap gloves first. So we are still above 90, still above 100. So I'll keep an eye on the temperature here, and once it is at a good temperature to add the sugars in, we'll go ahead and blend them all in, and we'll add some color to it and even some fragrance. So when I come back, we'll get all that going. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, so we are at about 95 degrees right now, and so what I have added while we were waiting for this to cool down a little bit, once we got to under 100 degrees, I added some liquid germol preservative, okay? And the reason we add that in here is because obviously this is a foaming sugar scrub, and we want to use this in the shower or on at the sink, and we're getting our hands wet and mixing it in and stuff like that. And so if water gets into this and then you seal it back up, well, then there's the risk of, you know, some bacteria getting introduced, and we don't want for that to spoil our sugar scrub. Okay, so that's what the liquid germol is in there for. I'm gonna whip it up a little more, okay, and then what I'm gonna add in is a little bit of mica for color. Okay, so this is a true red blend, but I'm only going to add a little bit, okay, because what I want is I want a good pink hue to it, because the fragrance oil that I'm using is going to be a fuchsia petals and pink pepper fragrance oil from Wholesale Supplies Plus, and this is pretty great. It's got a bit of a citrusy, woody kind of scent to it. It's nice. So if you're using this in the morning, or if you're using it at night, I mean, whenever you want to use it, I guess, honestly, it's just an overall good smell. And so I like it, and I think that it's going to go good in here. I think it'll go well with what it's being used for a scrub. So that's what I've got measured out in here, okay? But we'll let this continue to cool a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and add the color in there and mix it around. That way we can get that nice color going to it already. Okay, so here's our mica. Going in. And we're running this slow because, as you can see, obviously this is puffing up everywhere. And I probably should have mixed it with the spatula first, but you know, you live and learn. But look at that color. That's pretty great. Now we can speed it up here. Look at that. That's a great color. Great color. I love it. I think it's gonna, well, there's no thinking about it. It does look great. It looks great. It's gonna work great. I'm gonna use my spatula to stir it around some more. So we're sitting at about 83 now. So we'll go ahead and add our sugar in there, and I'll mix it around with the spatula first. Or, yeah, let's do that. Okay, that looks pretty great. Look at that. So, back into the mixer we go here. Okay, so I don't want the friction from the whipping to melt the sugars either, but this looks awesome. You could almost eat this. I mean, it looks, that's how good it looks. And I know there's sugar in it, but don't try to eat it. Because it is soap. Oh, what I didn't mix in yet is the fragrance, so let's stir that in here, okay? We'll stir that in with the spatula. Look at that. A little ASMR action there. But no, this looks great. And now we're gonna get this packaged up. Okay, so I've got some lids, I've got my jars that I've already sanitized, and I've got these handy dandy press and seal covers that will go on there to help keep a good seal on these once we get them filled. So, of course, we want to weigh these out so that everybody gets the same amount, right? And where did my bag go? Oh. So we're going to pipe this in there using a Ziploc bag. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Okay, well, my memory card was being wonky, but it turned out a little messy looking, but it's in there, and so we'll try again on this other one, so that way you can see what it turned out to look like. And then I'll probably just switch to either a regular piping bag, because I didn't want to mess up a regular piping bag with all the sugar and stuff that's in this, but I end up throwing them away because they're not like super reusable piping bags anyway. So anyway, here we go. Look at that. So that's basically how it turned out. Okay. Got my little seal, got my little lid. Pop that bad boy on top. Lid goes over, and boom. There we go. Another jar of foaming sugar scrub. Get the rest out of here that I can get. Okay, that's the end of this guy. On to an actual bag. And I'm gonna pick this up here. Here we go. This should be less messy. Should be is the key word. Alright guys, well I hope that you enjoyed going on this journey with me to make these amazing foaming sugar scrubs. They are awesome. I've given them to some of my coworkers, some sample sizes, and they loved them. So I can't wait to get these labeled and put up on my online store. Be sure to check it out. I'll put the link down in the description and in a pinned comment. I was able to get 8 3.5 ounce jars out of this recipe, which was pretty good, and I still have quite a bit more of this base left. So I've got plenty more that I can make, and I've got different fragrance oils that I can try with it, but either way, this is going to be awesome, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you found it helpful, give us a like, subscribe to check out some more of our videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. God bless.